All right, as we went to break here, a tornado warning was just issued on this particular thunderstorm cell that you are looking at now on the screen over Britain. A lot of lightning with that particular cell, and our storm chaser Eric Whitehill is on this. Let's take a look at his video feed first and foremost. For those of you near the South Dakota border, basically this storm cell is moving to the northeast at about 15 to 30 miles per hour. There is a look at what we call the wall cloud. If I could point to this, I want to point out what we're watching for here. Eric Whitehill is on the storm. He says that this is a rotating wall cloud right now and could produce a tornado at any time. Now, tornado warnings, thanks to Doppler radar, are coming out oftentimes a good 15 to 20 minutes before a tornado touches down. That's called a lead time warning, and that's the good thing. Right now, we're watching this live. It's north of Britain. Tennis ball-sized hail was produced from this cell earlier. Eric's got a great view from a safe distance here of this particular cell. Don't be snapping pictures of this one. If you are in the path of this particular storm, which looks like it's about ready to touch down. Oh, yeah, right over here. Look at it spinning on the bottom side there. We're having troubles there. Thanks, Eric. It's spinning tightly. There could be debris coming up near the ground shortly. If you're in the path of this storm, get into shelter. Now, good news is right now it's in rural portions of northeast South Dakota, just to the north of Britain. And again, a violently rotating storm working its way northeast at about 18 miles per hour. Back to the radar real quick, and we'll come back and check on this. Just let me know if we see anything or if Eric calls in on that storm. A lot of lightning. We're zoomed in on the tornado warning that is in effect for the area. This storm will have very gusty straight line winds with it as well. The rotating part of the storm is down here on the south side, and as it makes its way to the northeast, you're going to get hit with rain and hail first. So if you're in the Lidgerwood area, you got two storms heading towards you at this particular time. First and foremost, there are two couplets picked up. These are called tornado vortex structures. They don't always mean a tornado is on the ground, but what it certainly does mean is that this storm has a couple of different areas of rotation just to the east of Britain. Britain, you're still in the warning. Seek shelter, stay in the basement. But these are going to be moving through rural portions of your county up in towards the Lidgerwood area. Now, as we take a look, the tornado warning is in effect right now. You could still see hail over 1 inch in diameter, up to 3 inches in diameter from this cell. It will be near Havana by 5:30, by 6 o'clock Rutland, and 6:10 Ransom, should it continue at this pace. And again, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself from any flying debris. Tornadoes with winds upwards of 200, maybe 300 miles per hour can really throw the debris, and that's what causes damage to structures and certainly injury to people. As this storm cell with the rotating part of it back here moves to the northeast at that 20-mile-per-hour clip, here's some more towns that may be in the path of the storm. Marlow, 547, and a little more close to now, 512, which is now over the Wiesmer area. Now, this little cell that's moving into Ransom right now and Geneseo and moving towards Lidgerwood, moving to the northeast, and this is a rotating thunderstorm as well. A lot smaller, not nearly the amount of lightning, but still some spin in the atmosphere. So if you're in these areas, seek shelter. Now, we're also getting reports of some scary looking clouds from this cell that's making its way through northern Barnes County. And as we mentioned earlier, no, it's not going to pass through Valley City. It looks like it's staying well to your north, but it does have that spin indicated inside the storm. And we did get a picture sent in from a viewer on the particular cell that we're talking about online. Do we have that picture? Oh, I have that picture. I'll show you that here in a moment. Again, this will be moving into northwestern portions of Cass County in the upcoming hour. Again, seek shelter. We could have hail as large as 2 inches in diameter from this cell, northern Barnes and northwestern Cass County. 3-inch diameter hail estimates from our radar here, heading towards Page by 5:56. Also, if you are in the Galesburg area, if it continues to move in your general direction by after 6 o'clock. So, activity, the strongest of which will be from the I-94 corridor and points south into South Dakota. That's where the thunderstorm watch is for tonight. We're not expecting widespread outbreak of tornadoes, but certainly the best chance of that will be well to the south. Thunderstorms moving into Grand Forks and the Thief River Falls area. These have produced funnel clouds again today. But these thunderstorms are not the deep atmospheric ones that tend to get that tight rotation in the atmosphere. A lot of the funnels you're seeing up north don't always touch ground. Here's a look at Eric Whitehill's feed. Again, he is on that storm again in Britton, South Dakota. And if we can take that video, this thing is very close to the ground now. That tornado funnel cloud and rotating wall cloud is putting down something very close to the ground there. In northeast South Dakota, just north of the Britton area. So again, a dangerous storm working its way toward the South Dakota border. We'll keep our eyes on the skies, and again, let us know if we hear from Eric on that particular cell. Let's get to what's going on a little closer to home right now. Fargo-Moorhead is quiet as we look out at our sky cam. Here's a look at a picture from the storm moving through Barnes County. If we can take the weather computer back one more time. Again, this is what we would call a shelf cloud right here. Has a lot of scary looking dangly clouds coming out of the bottom of them, but those generally are not tornadoes or funnels. That's caused from the gusty outflow from this storm. And again, back behind it, the white you see is a torrential rain and hail that could be as large as 2 to 3 inches in diameter in northern portions of Barnes County. Tabitha Potter, we sure appreciate your picture. And if you have reports, you can share them with your local authorities when it's safe to pass those along, or with our Facebook page. Looking out to the west, it's just a little too hazy and those clouds building too high to really see much of anything. Fargo-Moorhead, it's warm out there right now with the thermometer showing 84 degrees. Feels like 88. It's another muggy day. Dew points close to 70 means we have fuel in the form of moisture available for thunderstorms tonight. Wind from the northeast at 14 miles per hour. A little bit of rain and maybe even some thunder in and around Grand Forks. 70 degrees right there. West at 5 miles per hour are your winds. And here's where the heat and humidity is most abundant in the Southern Valley. That's where we have that risk for the real strong storms tonight. Along Highway 2 and points north, you'll have hit and miss showers right now. And we have temperatures closer to 70 degrees. Well, when we have a spread of temperatures from the 60s to the 90s in the area, you bet we're going to have some strong thunderstorm potential. Your hour-by-hour forecast shows these moving through, yes, Fargo, Hillsboro, all the way down to the South Dakota border and into Lakes Country will be the primary threat between now and about 10 o'clock before this system rolls its way out of the region. And you can see behind me here that another wind event late tonight could be possible. The last round of storms on Sunday night toppled many, many trees and caused a lot of damage out in the Brainerd area. So we'll be on top of it here as storms roll through. I am concerned for Lakes Country a little later tonight. The main threat for you will be the winds from these storms. Overnight, temperatures cool off to the refreshing 50s for some briefly, but 60 to 65 as a rule as you're heading out on your Saturday morning. There's good news in the forecast this weekend for lake goers, or if you're heading out to fairs or if you're heading anywhere. We're going to be a little bit cooler with temperatures in the 80-degree range in the afternoon, and it looks like the best chance of any showers will be way up to the north. By and large, it looks like a fairly quiet day across the valley with hit and miss showers and a little bit of relief from the humidity. It's just going to be a mite bit windy, 15 to 30 mile per hour northwest winds throughout your Saturday. Sunday, a little bit quieter. And it does look like the wind takes a little break as well. So tomorrow's temperatures upper 70s to near those low 80s in the afternoon. Looks like we'll have a lot of that even across Lakes Country. Watch out for the winds out there and the best chance of showers in our northern counties. Planning forecast as we take a quick look at Sunday. Again, quiet, 82 degrees. Some of us in the northern valley will have temperatures that will generally be in the mid 70s. So kind of a cool down from what we've been experiencing. Back to the heat on Monday with an isolated storm or two possible. And we'll stay in those seasonable temperatures through much of next week with an increasing storm chance as we get on to the outside. Quick checkup, tornado warning. That's for this cell making its way through Marshall County, South Dakota, just off to the north and east of Britton. It will be moving into southeast North Dakota shortly. Severe thunderstorm warning for very large hail from this cell moving through Barnes County. Just south of you in Ellendale, we have some very serious storms with hail potential. Individual cells moving to the north and east. Here's Eric's feed. He continues to see what you're looking at now is called a wall cloud, Stephanie. Wall clouds are where most tornadoes are produced from. And Eric has reported to us that that wall cloud is rotating. That has prompted a tornado warning for this cell. It is basically to the north and east of Britton. That is good. And for those of you who are wondering, we get a lot of questions about, well, tornadoes never hit Fargo and we never have this. It's really a matter of chance. If you took a pencil line and you draw it across a map, that's about the size of a tornado. Okay. That's about the area that it affects. And so the chances of it hitting any one place very small. But
which is good.
It is good.
But when it does, it's so destructive.
And that's why we're here to let you know about it. We'll update you again just a little bit later in the show.
All right, Hutch, thank you very much. We'll be right back after this.